We can all agree that WWE gets kind of mid right after SummerSlam each and every year. A lot of people say that this year, SummerSlam 2025 has been way better than WrestleMania 41. So I'm going to impartially review both shows in a match versus match format in under 3 minutes to really reveal which is the better show. Start off with the Women's WWE Championship. At WrestleMania, you had Tiffy versus Charlotte in a stinker, poo-poo stinker. And then you had at SummerSlam, Tiffy versus Jade. I'm giving the W to Tiffy versus Jade. That match was quick but fun, way better than the first one. Anyways, next up you got Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight at WrestleMania versus Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match. I was there live. That steel cage match was severely underwhelming. I'm giving the W to the WrestleMania match. Next up, you got the men's IC title. Dirty Dom versus Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania versus Dirty Dom versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam. So the first match was great match, like in-ring wise. The second match was more of a storytelling kind of match. I'm going to give the W to the great match in this case. Usually I prefer the storytelling, but the match was just really fun with the Fatal 4-Way. The woman tag title action here. We got the Judgment Days, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Bird Lady and Becky Lynch at Mania. And then at SummerSlam, you got the Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I like the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair match better, so I'm going to go with that one. Forward to the men's tag titles. Now, I have to clarify, at WrestleMania, it was the Raw titles being defended, and at SmackDown, it was the SmackDown titles being defended. I don't even got to talk about this. You got the Snore Boar Raiders versus the New Day versus TLC. I think it was 6 teams. We're not even going to talk about this. You already know SummerSlam sweeps. End of discussion. Now we got the men's World Heavyweight title. Now, this may be a lot closer than a lot of you would think. We got Gunther versus Jey Uso at WrestleMania, and then you got Gunther versus Punk at SummerSlam. I feel like the story was better for the Jey versus Gunther match, but the match for CM Punk versus Gunther was way better. I'm gonna give the W to SummerSlam. Speed Blitz time. From SummerSlam, we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and then from Mania, we got Cargill versus Naomi. I'm giving it to Mania. Drew McIntyre, Mr. Wepa, Bird Lady, Becky Lynch. We're going to give it to SummerSlam. Gene Randy Orton versus Jelly Bean Classic. We're going to give the W to Jelly Bean only because the match was longer. Battle of the Women's Triple Threats. WrestleMania versus SummerSlam. We're going to give the WrestleMania Match of the Year candidate. Cappuccino versus the Roman Reigns, Bronze and Bronze. We're going to give it to SummerSlam. First Rollins at SummerSlam was a match, so I will count it. Versus the Triple Threat at Mania. Reigns, Punk, Rollins. We're going to give it to the Triple Threat. Lastly, you got Cody Rhodes versus Cena. SummerSlam versus Mania. Obviously, SummerSlam gets the W. If you'd like to see more content like this, please comment down below, subscribe, do all you got to do, and peace.